Ajay Sahai, the DG and CEO of Federation of Indian Export Organizations, joining us. Mr. Sahai, first of all, want to understand from you, what do you make of Piyush Goyal's comments in the parliament today?
In fact, he has given a very correct and balanced comment. Of course, US is our important market, but it is not the end of the road for India. We are still constructively engaged with the US. The US team is expected to visit India. We ourselves are also calculating what would be the impact of the tariff. The unfortunate part is that the penalties are still not known. When the penalty amount is known, probably we will see in what sectors we will be competitive and to what extent we can absorb the loss, because this is something which is going to be temporary.
Also, want to understand from you, there are certain sectors that India wants to very fiercely protect, and there are a new round of negotiations as well that are scheduled between India and the US. So, with Minister Goyal's comments that have come today, do you think India is going to keep having that strong, that strong interest on the domestic agriculture sector that they wish to retain? All right. We've lost the connection with Mr. Sahai for a bit, but let's again take a look at what Minister Goyal has said in the parliament today, where he has said that the government is committed to protect farmers and the MSME sector workers. This is something that the government has been reiterating about protecting the interest of the domestic economy, especially in sensitive sectors such as agriculture, dairy. Even in the FTA that was signed with the United Kingdom, these sectors were the ones that were protected, and the government is saying that they are committed to protecting the farmers and MSME sector workers even going ahead. The interests of farmers and MSME workers are priority. That is the statement that has come in from Union Minister Piyush Goyal, and he's also said that transformational steps have been taken under the Make in India scheme. The trade deals done with UAE, UK, Australia and several countries that have been alluded to, and also he said that India is committed to execute trade deals with several countries. Now let's go across to listen in to what Piyush Goyal said in the parliament.
एडिशनल ड्यूटी लगाने की बात कही गई थी। 10% की बेसलाइन ड्यूटी 5 अप्रैल 2025 से लागू हो गई है। भारत पर एडिशनल ड्यूटी 10% के बेसलाइन टैरिफ सहित कुल 26% की घोषणा की गई थी। मूल रूप से फुल कंट्री स्पेसिफिक एडिशनल टैरिफ 9 अप्रैल 2025 से प्रभावी होने वाला था, लेकिन इसे शुरू में 10 अप्रैल 2025 को 90 दिनों के लिए स्थगित कर दिया गया और बाद में 1 अगस्त 2025 तक और बढ़ा दिया गया। भारत और अमेरिका ने मार्च 2025 में एक न्यायपूर्ण, संतुलित और पारस्परिक रूप से लाभकारी द्विपक्षीय व्यापार समझौते BTA के लिए बातचीत शुरू की, जिसका लक्ष्य 2025 के फॉल यानी अक्टूबर-नवंबर 2025 तक समझौते के पहले चरण को पूरा करना था। दोनों पक्षों ने 29 मार्च 2025 को नई दिल्ली में आयोजित पहली फिजिकल मीटिंग की चर्चा के दौरान द्विपक्षीय व्यापार समझौते की बातचीत शुरू करने के लिए विस्तृत टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस TOR को अंतिम रूप दिया। इसके बाद दोनों पक्षों के बीच नई दिल्ली और वॉशिंगटन DC में 4 दौर में फिजिकल मीटिंग्स हुई हैं, ताकि निर्धारित टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस के अनुसार द्विपक्षीय व्यापार समझौते के अंतिम रूप के लिए काम किया जा सके। इसके अलावा दोनों पक्षों के बीच कई वर्चुअल बैठकें भी हुई हैं। सरकार हालिया घटनाक्रम से होने वाले प्रभावों का परीक्षण कर रही है। वाणिज्य एवं उद्योग मंत्रालय निर्यातकों और उद्योग सहित सभी हितधारकों से संवाद कर इस विषय पर उनके आकलन की जानकारी ले रहा है। सरकार हमारे किसानों, श्रमिकों, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, उद्यमी, निर्यातकों, सूक्ष्म, लघु और मध्यम उद्योगों और उद्योग जगत के सभी हितधारकों के कल्याण की रक्षा और संवर्धन को सर्वोच्च महत्व देती है। हम अपने राष्ट्रीय हितों को सुरक्षित करने और आगे बढ़ाने के लिए सभी आवश्यक कदम उठाएंगे। मात्र एक दशक से भी कम समय में भारत फ्रैजाइल 5 अर्थव्यवस्थाओं में से निकलकर दुनिया की सबसे तेजी से बढ़ती प्रमुख अर्थव्यवस्था बन गया है। हम अपने रिफॉर्म्स और अपने किसानों, एमएसएमई और उद्यमियों की कड़ी मेहनत के बल पर 11वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था से शीर्ष 5 अर्थव्यवस्थाओं में से एक बन गए हैं। यह भी अपेक्षित है कि हम कुछ ही वर्षों में तीसरी सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन जाएंगे। आज
And we have Ajay Sahai who's joining in again. Mr. Sahai, now the tone and the tenor of the US-India negotiations have sort of shifted. This has become a public bickering of sorts now. Do you think that this will make the deal difficult going ahead?
No, I don't think. Point is that Mr. Trump has already imposed a very high tariff, and he has added with the penalties also. The amount of penalties has not been quantified as of now, but the government has said that they are continuing with the negotiation, which is, of course, a positive side. And we are also telling the industry that even if we have to live for some time with the high tariff, let us hope that BTA will be concluded by September, October, and they will make an attempt to absorb the tariff so that the market is retained. Please also look into that this is roughly affecting roughly 55% of India's export to US, amounting to around $47 to $48 billion. So in a way, it accounts for roughly 11% of my exports only, and an economy of the size of India, which is not a Southeast Asian economy dependent on exports, can work on that. So I totally agree with the government that whatever has to be decided in national interest. Export will be an important part of that, but there are other segments, there are other entities also whose interest needs to be safeguarded.
So when Donald Trump earlier made the declaration that 25% tariffs will India will have to bear, and after that he said that we are still negotiating with India on these tariffs. So some say that this has been an arm twisting technique on the part of Donald Trump. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, it's a negotiating posture for him. He has been emboldened by the unilateral treaty which he has worked out with European Union in particular, and probably thought that India will also succumb to that. India has hardened its position on some of the issues which are critical for the country, and probably that may have not up to his expectation. So it is definitely a negotiating posture. He will definitely like to keep a duty high so that India comes on the negotiating table and some give and take away happens. India has always said that we are willing to negotiate, but there are certain issues which may not be negotiable for the country looking into the interest of farmers and other vulnerable section of the society.
So the talks are largely coming back to India trying to protect certain sectors, and now that Donald Trump has said that after 5 rounds of negotiation, he's come out and said that 25% tariffs is what they're going ahead with. Do you think that there will be some softening on India's part in these negotiations?
Softening is possible in some of the sectors. Please bear in mind that the concept of agriculture in the West or in the US is little different what is in India. We are not having commercial agriculture. For us, It's basically the issue of 700 million farmers who are dependent on agriculture and who are in agriculture for livelihood. So concern of the country in this regard has to be appreciated by other partners. On other issues where some negotiation is possible, I think India will have the flexibility to negotiate, but at the same time, India will make it very clear that negotiation is not possible. It is off the radar for the negotiation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sahai, for joining us here on ET Now. With that, it's time to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.